Hi friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. And today we are going to discuss about report disclosed by the Supreme Court of India on its website, which is very important to understand. And I have already told you in a different video that out of 303 candidates, the Supreme Court Collegium has approved 170 candidates, and out of 170 candidates, SC is 7, ST is 5, OBC is 21, MBC, EBC 7, women 28, minorities 23, and related to judges 12. So this is the very important information disclosed by the Supreme Court of India on its website. In this video, I will try to understand the trend and pattern in this report in order to further understand the representation of different classes and communities, gender, and other person in the judicial appointments, which is very important for issue of representation and the social justice as conceptualized and enshrined in the Constitution of India. So a long list has been provided by judiciary in which the name of the candidates who have been recommended for the judgeship in the different high courts. But before discussing that, I want to inform you that this is only related with the appointment of judges in different high courts between 9 November 2022 to 10 November 2024. So it is not all about the Supreme Court judges or appointment of Supreme Court judges. Rather, it is limited to the appointment of judges of the different high courts between 9 November 2022 to 10 November 2024. Right? So a detailed list has been provided, and this is very important. Why it is very important? Because we are talking about the social justice, social representation, different kind of representation, of course. And we know that there is no reservation in judicial system, of course, in higher judicial system. But can we say that there should be no representation of different classes despite the fact that there is no reservation? And of course, we know that how much opaque system is regarding the appointment of judges in different high courts and supreme courts. There is no transparency, there is no accountability. So collegium system was developed by the judiciary, and of course, except India, there is nothing this kind of system across the world. It is only existing in India. Collegial system is unique to Indian constitutional system, and it has been developed by the judiciary in a particular context. But whether that context is present at today or not is a very big question. Whether it can be justified in present circumstances, it is also a big question. And how transparency and accountability can be ensured in this process, it is also a very burning question. So from this angles, it is very important to discuss the dynamics of this appointment. And of course, you must understand that, of course, this is the overall category: SC, ST, OBC, MBC, BC, women, minority related to judges. It is very vague. Under SC category, which caste are being represented? Under ST categories, which caste are being represented? Under OBC categories, which caste are being represented? MBC and BC, from which caste groups are they? Under women, which caste and community groups are represented? In minority, whether backward minority classes or and or upper class minority groups has been represented. Related to judges, who are they? What are the family background of these judges, and how they came to be appointed as or recommended as judges to the high courts? These things has not been disclosed. Only class wise disclosure has been made by the Supreme Court. And in this report, the names approved by Supreme Court of India, which has been enumerated here, has been given a serial number, the name of Honorable Mr. Justice, the High Courts in which they will be appointed, source, bar, date of recommendation by the Supreme Court Collegium, date of notification, date of appointment, category minority women, under which category they are falling, relations with sitting or retired or high court or Supreme Court judges. All these things has been given in this report. So you can go through this report and you can try to understand their class category, or you can say their category, whether they are falling under general category, whether they are falling under OBC, women, SC, ST, EBC, BC, because it is belonging to the estates, and in different estates EBC and BC groups are also there, right? So it contains a long list, and of course I think most of the judges recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium belongs to bar, and some people also belongs to services. You can say means bench, right? So it this list contains 170 candidates which has been approved by the Supreme Court of India, right? And you can go through, and there is one noting also, these names are still pending, means there are some names which had been recommended by Supreme Court Collegium but has not been appointed yet, and that is why these names are still pending with the Government of India, and the person recommended for appointment is related to be treated to be related to a sitting retired judges of High Court and or Supreme Court. If such judges is was his her father, mother, father-in-law, mother-in-law, sister, brother, sister. So those are related judges. This is talking about the related judges, which is who are related to judge, whether that judge was father, mother, mother-in-law, sister, brother, sister-in-law, or brother-in-law. So guys, this report is very important, and it is disclosing that, just think about it in this way, that out of 170 judges, right, which who are recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium, the SC number, the scheduled caste number is 70 only, ST 5 only, OBC 21 only, and MBC 7 only. So if you will calculate this, so 7 and 7 14, 14 and 5 19, and 19 and 38 39 40, around 40 people. And of course if you will include women, then 40 to 60, 68, 68 and 6 to 9, 90, means you can say around you can say 100, you can say around 100 are from the underprivileged backgrounds. You can treat them as an underprivileged group, whether it is SC, ST, OBC, MBC, BC, women and minorities. So only 100 are from this background, and 70 are from your, you can say. So you need to understand that whether this proportion is right, and of course you must consider the composition of population, if you are going to treat this 170 approved candidates as a sample size, there must be some kind of proportional representation. So whether this figure are representing in that way, Can we guess something about the social justice and representation in these numbers? And if yes, whether it is good or whether it is bad, whether it is representative or unrepresentative, whether it is reflecting the idea of social justice in the constitution. And at the beginning, I have told you that it is very ambiguous, that the different caste groups has not been disclosed, that which caste are getting more benefits under this appointment process. For example, SC. SC is a class. SC is a group, and there are several caste groups in this category. So, which caste group is getting more benefits are not being disclosed. Similarly, in case of ST, scheduled tribes, there are several scheduled tribes who are getting much, who are getting less, who are less represented, is not being disclosed. Under OBC category, whose caste are these? Which caste are getting more are not being disclosed. Under MBC, women, minorities, and related to judges also. This has not been disclosed. This need to be disclosed by the Supreme Court of India in their disclosure, because this is very important. This is very important to understand that which caste are getting more benefits. Of course, this data is important, but in many ways, this data is very ambiguous also. It is very opaque. It is not clearly saying that which caste groups are getting more benefits or less benefits. Some people can deny this. Why there is need for disclosing the number of castes? Why not? Why not? It is very hypocritic that you are saying that this groups, and of course these groups are constituting the different caste, and if and you are saying, you are giving the information regarding a group, a class, as a class and all, but you are not disclosing the caste numbers. Why not? And now it has been declared by government of India for caste enumeration and caste census. So it is not, this logic no longer exists, right? That caste numbers cannot be disclosed, and it will spread the hatred and all kind of things. This is immature logic, immature argument. The caste number need to be disclosed by the Supreme Court of India. Of course, this initiative can be respected and must be respected, but the caste numbers need to be disclosed by the Supreme Court of India in its disclosure. And then we can understand the exact status of social justice and representation in judicial appointments, especially in the high courts across the country. This should be asked, this should be disclosed, this should be discussed, this should be debated. Why not? Under a particular category, the different caste numbers should not be disclosed. This should be asked. This should be debated. Why not? There is no logic to say that no, different caste numbers, different caste representation should not be disclosed. So under particular category, under OBC category, which is 21 out of 170 approved candidates. So under 21 recommended candidates, who belongs to which caste group or caste category should be disclosed in order to give a better representation to those OBCs castes who are not represented it. This is very, very important, and this has not been disclosed by this report. Report is important, but the report is very ambiguous also. It should be classified. It should be further classified, further dissected. A separate group, or you can say a column, should be added in this report in which a particular caste should be enumerated, indicated that this candidate belongs to a particular caste. There is no further, there is no need for a further report or different report. In this report itself, this should have been disclosed, which has not been disclosed. So this is the criticism. And unless and until you are disclosing the caste name, you are not going to have a clear picture of the representation. This is not a clear picture. This is not a clear picture. It is ambiguous. The caste name should be disclosed because there are different caste, multiple caste in OBC categories. But who knows which caste group has been represented? In SC or ST category, a particular caste or a tribe may have dominated the representation, have got the most representation, and we can't say that this is the justice. This is the substantial justice. From the substantial justice point of view, we need to know the caste of particular candidates, which has not been disclosed in this report. So, guys, there is need to raise this voice. There is need to ask to disclose this kind of information in this report also. This is very, very important to understand the phenomena, the dynamic of social justice and representation as envisaged in our Constitution of India. That is the social justice. This social justice should not be taken in a very light way. It is very serious issue, and we must seriously discuss this report, its different aspects, and its weakness, faults. But this report at least should be respected, that Supreme Court of India has disclosed something which is very, very important. As you know, the very disturbing representation, there is very less representation of different social groups in appointment of Supreme Court judges. This is very important to understand. Their population is very high, but their representation in judiciary is very less. And that is why we are saying that Indian judiciary, higher judiciary, is less democratic, undemocratic, non-transparent, non-accountable. The higher judiciary is flaunting the social justice ideals in our constitution. The judiciary is talking about the social justice, but the social justice is not reflected in the appointment process of the Supreme Court of India and the High Courts. This data is also revealing that point. So with this, guys, I would like to invite you to discuss this report, because this report is very, very important. This needs attention, this needs discussion, debate, and that is why, and through that we can request judiciary, we can demand judiciary to disclose the information regarding appointment process and different category wise data, caste wise data of the candidates recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium for the appointment of judges in different high courts and the Supreme Court of India. So with this, guys, I will conclude this discussion, and when a new data, new information will come on these aspects, I will certainly inform you, and I will record a detailed video, and I will share with you. So with this, I will conclude today, and I will request, if you are you like my video, you like my content, please subscribe my channel, share my channel, and certainly give your suggestion in the comment box. So with this I will conclude. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Samvidhan. Thank you.